What's up, my fellow Dragodons? Dreadclaw here, and today we're going to be doing a little speculation regarding something interesting I found out with Crash Team Rumble. So, if you're unaware of the current situation with Crash Team Rumble, a while back there was a data mine for Season 2 regarding what characters we're going to get, among other things, but the other things I couldn't really give a shit about. So, the thing that they did data mine were the characters, which are Spyro, which to be expected, since he's been appearing in a lot of the Crash Bandicoot spin-off games. Ripto, which also was originally supposed to come out for Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel, along with the Sorceress. But then the third character is Allure, which is interesting just because I could never picture her as in a game like that, to be honest. I would have selected Bianca, but you know, it's going to be quite interesting. But the more important thing, Twister Bob recently released a new comic for Crash Team Rumble on Twitter, where if you looked at the last bit, it showed a famous line that if you played Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, and the way it looked, where if you've made progress in Spyro 2, you definitely would have picked up that is more likely confirming, and remember, this is speculation, Ripto being first, because you would imagine Spyro would have been the first to be introduced with Crash Team Rumble, since, you know, he's the main character of the franchise, even though Ripto is the more popular villain of the series. But this leads into me scratching my head, but then it's like, what if they're, when it comes to Spyro, what if they're doing a redesign for him? And then slowly teasing it with Rumble, we're gonna get a new Spyro game. We're finally gonna see long-anticipated Spyro 4, It's About Time. Well, not gonna be about time, but, you know, it's about damn time we get a new Spyro game. And this also to get into that theory, because I talked to a friend of mine, and he felt like if it is true that Ripto is gonna be first, I might be onto something, especially with the fact that they told me that with the data mines that we didn't see any Spyro model. It's only just Ripto. So I even went onto the Twitter account that did the data mines, and I was kind of surprised. So this kind of leads into that speculation of the theory of, are we definitely going to be getting a redesign? Are we going to finally see Spyro 4, which we've been very patient for a very long time to see, because it's been a very long time when it comes to seeing a new Spyro game. So, where there's smoke, there's fire. Now, of course, this is just going off of theory. I mean, I could be wrong. We don't know. We just have to wait and see. But this also gets into the point of seeing the new Spyro game, because it's more likely going to happen since Reignite Trilogy did pretty solid when it comes to sales numbers. It did well for what it circumstances was going through with all the the controversy of the physical copies and whatnot. And as well, given like how impatient it's been with being a Spyro fan for a while. I get it, like some people are not into Spyro as opposed to Crash, but even then, you gotta admit, it is, at the end of the day, a bit annoying when it comes to seeing that, oh, this game actually did well enough to warrant a follow-up, a proper fourth outing for Spyro, as opposed to Enter the Dragonfly, which was a mediocre experience. You're the dragon, but bad. Especially, like, again, with the whole thing, like, Crash, after Reignite Trilogy came out for PS4, Xbox One in 2018, where of course re-released for PC and Switch in 2019. But aside from that, like Crash getting another remake with Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, on top of that, you got a new game, which we were thinking maybe Spyro was going to be next, where it'd be like Spyro, it'd be Crash, Spyro, Crash, then Spyro. But the pattern changed, it being Crash 4, It's About Time, and then Crash gets a mobile game that not that good, very repetitive and tedious and just outright boring after a while. And then after that, the whole speculation with the whole Rumble League that was more than likely just going to be a side thing for Crash 4, It's About Time. Like it was going to be an add-on, like a little silly multiplayer game, kind of like, well, more like a multiplayer mode, kind of like you've seen with that SpongeBob remake, or even the Luigi's Mansion 3. But then, of course, it turned into its own thing, and yeah, it's like, at the end of the day, when it comes to as being a Spyro fan, it's kind of annoying just waiting and waiting. And I swear, it's going to be more annoying when it comes to if next it's going to be, you know, all they're seeing that Spyro's more likely to come next, and then they announce Crash 5, and will there be people that would actually care? That's the thing as well. But you know, that's just my outlook on things. And when it comes to the Spyro redesign, I was kind of hoping they were going to keep the Reunited Trilogy Spyro design, because that perfectly fits Spyro. That is like a good blend of old meets modern to an extent. But I feel like it's more likely going to be the same scenario as why they did a redesign for a lot of the Crash Bandicoot characters in Crash 4, It's About Time. So I definitely feel like it's going to be that type of scenario, which at the end of the day, as long as it's not as bad as the Trashlander redesign, because Spyro on the Run model is like not the best. It's like, you know, it's not that good, but you know, I'll take it because he doesn't look like a gremlin. Okay, I would accept that. But anywho, you know, redesign, we'll have to see what it'll be like, because I will definitely stick to this theory, because there's so much evidence pointing to this. The fact that we're more likely going to see a new Spyro the Dragon. There's evidence, especially with the art book, seeing the redesign, seeing Spyro make an appearance. There's just so much evidence pointing towards a new Spyro at this point. Granted, if it's Toys for Bob, or it's Beanox, especially since they haven't been very active, so unless they're keeping hush-hush until the Activision Microsoft acquisition is done, who knows? There's so much going on with that. But more or less, I'm still sticking to this theory, the fact that if we see Ripto is gonna come first for Crash Team Rumble, we don't see anything about Spyro yet, I'm definitely still leaning towards the more likely case. With Crash Team Rumble, we're gonna see a teaser for Spyro 4 as well. Again, I'm gonna put this into consideration with Crash Team Rumble, where not Crash Team Rumble, Nitro Fueled, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. We got teasers with tracks that eventually were shown off in Crash 4 It's About Time, like Mega Mix, especially where we see post-apocalyptic stuff. That's more than likely happen. So I see this as potential for that reveal, the build up to it, and guys, Spyro 4 coming 2024, the year of the dragon. But anyway, guys, let me know in the comment section below. Do you think this is more likely going to happen? Do you agree? Do you think I'm just looking into this too much? Let me know in the comment section below. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I shall see y'all in the next video. Peace.